Before I begin, I want to let you know the Empowered Pregnancy and Birth course is here. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that we launched a couple weeks ago and it was just amazing. We were blown away by how many women are signing up and saying, yes, I am ready for the birth of my dreams. I am ready to give birth according to my divine feminine power. I'm going to give you all the details about the course coming up. You can actually, if you're just dying to know more about it, you can go to this time where I start talking about it. How you feeling?
Excited.
I just peed on a stick. I'll be surprised if I'm not and sad. 2 lines is pregnant?
Yeah.
Okay. You ready? Oh my gosh.
He's got a brother or sister. I mean, I'm not
Oh my
surprised.
gosh, I'm not surprised at all. Hang on, the lighting's so bad. This is the worst.
I told you the lighting was bad.
We did it. Oh my gosh. I'm so ready.
No going back now.
Conceived in Mammoth. In a tent. Tent sex made this baby.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was it. That it was the tent sex.
Oh, 100% it was. Okay.
You think he has a brother or sister?
I have
Do
no
you even know
idea.
yet?
No. I don't really care.
There you go.
You hear the baby?
Thank you, Lord. Sweet.
You hear the baby's heartbeat?
It's the best, isn't
It's
it?
your brother or sister.
It's okay. It's the
It's your
best.
brother or sister. That's the baby heartbeat. Do you hear?
There you go.
Aww.
That sounds really good.
Do you hear it? That's
That's
baby's
awesome.
heartbeat.
Congratulations. That's a healthy little heartbeat.
So the baby's right there.
Yeah, right there.
Baby's right there and mommy's coming.
Cosmo, do you hear it?
You hear? There's a heartbeat.
It's you and the baby together. Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 heartbeats on the body. Very cool. It's in the 160s, which is perfect. Nice. That's really nice. Yeah.
You know what? I was gonna start recording and just start talking, but truthfully, I need another slice of cake, so I will be right back. Hold on. This is a slice of Cosmo's birthday cake because he turned 2 on Monday. It was crazy. It was crazy. I have a 2-year-old now. Yep, I'm pregnant. It's happening. It's happening again, and I'm so excited. You guys, everything is different with this pregnancy. Holy hell. If you are someone who had an uncomfortable pregnancy last time and you're like nervous to get pregnant again, just know every pregnancy is different. There's nothing that's guaranteed. Oh, my tripod bag is in the way. Oh, and this is in the way too. Oh. I am 16 weeks today. 16 weeks, feeling great. Got through the first trimester. It was still the first trimester for sure, but like every day was so different. Like some days I felt like I was functioning virtually normally. How do you feel about watching me with like a full mouth? How do you guys feel about that? Sorry, girl's gotta eat. Pregnant girl has got to eat. The hardest part about the first trimester is just like trying to eat. It's like this weird catch-22 where you need to eat so you don't feel nauseous, but food makes you nauseous. I only threw up like twice. I don't know, it was like a very manageable first trimester. And this pregnancy, guys, I might even utter the words, I love being pregnant. I might utter those words. You guys who have been with me, I mean, if you're here, I'm like assuming you were with me during the last pregnancy. I don't know why some new person would click on me, but hey, if you're new, welcome. You are welcome here. My last pregnancy was in 2020. I got pregnant as soon as the country shut down. I had my first trimester in quarantine and it was awesome in that there was like no one to see. Last pregnancy was such a trip. Like I feel like I had such a unique experience, and anyone whose kid is around the same age as Cosmo, I'm like, oh, you were pregnant in COVID. That it's weird, right? The benefit of being of having the first trimester in March, April, May 2020 was that I had no obligations to see anyone. I had just started a new teaching job. I didn't have to go to work. My school like freaking shut down. I'm pretty sure it closed. And all I had to do was sit on the couch, especially because I didn't have a kid to take care of yet. So it was ideal in that way, but it was miserable. Did not like it. Did not like it at all. But then I was very open about my pregnancy online, talking, especially on YouTube, talking a lot about how I was feeling, what it was like to be pregnant, and I was super honest about the discomforts. I really don't like the term pregnancy symptoms. I like the term pregnancy discomforts because symptoms, the word symptom implies that you have like a medical condition, which pregnancy is not. This was like very healthy cake, by the way. It's essentially banana bread with like cashew cream, coconut milk frosting. But it's delicious. And anyway, this brings me to this pregnancy. Both pregnancies 100% planned. Both pregnancies one-shot Charlies, which is what I'm calling it, and it's fully made up by me, so don't Google like what's a one-shot Charlie, because I like just made it up. And just like super grateful that Eric and I have the ability to conceive and that we are fertile mortals and we are able to bring a baby into the world, and we're just so grateful. I'm so grateful to be pregnant. And here's the big thing, guys. I believe everything is how we perceive it, and everything in how we physically manifest, you know, whatever we're going through, even pregnancy, is directly born out of our internal experiences, our buried feelings, our traumatic memories, and just the way our brain is wired based on formative events and memories in our lives and core beliefs that we have about ourselves and the world. When I got pregnant with Cosmo, I was really scared to become a mom. I've been open about this from the beginning. I'm a pretty open person. And I think that really put a tint on my entire pregnancy because I was just so nervous about losing my free time and my freedom, you know, as a person moving about the world and being able to make the decision to walk to a coffee shop to write in my notebook for 2 hours. And I just knew that was gonna disappear, and it was just, my whole world was gonna change. Not to mention like alone time with Eric, my husband, and just being able to connect through trail running, which is something we used to really love to do together. It's just not feasible anymore to do on a regular basis. And I think that my attitude really affected my experiences in pregnancy. And then I had the baby. His name's Cosmo, he's amazing. And I immediately felt so at peace being a mom. And this is something I share a lot. Oh my God, crying at everything lately. This is something I share a lot with young women who voice to me that they aren't sure if they want to become mothers. And I said, hey, you do you. I'm just going to tell you my experience. I kind of wish I started earlier. Being a mom is awesome, and I totally understand the hesitancy to pull the trigger. I get it. Like, especially, you know, if you're already in a partnership and you're able to have children and everything, I get it. But for me, it is the most amazing thing ever. And so now that we are pregnant with our second, fully intentional and like, okay, we're ready, let's do this. I have like a very different attitude about becoming a mom. I'm already a mom. I already don't have that much free time. It just feels like a totally different experience to prepare for number two. And I truly believe that affects how I experience pregnancy. I gotta tell you, kind of love being pregnant right now. It's kind of fun. Here's the big question that maybe you can already answer for yourself. Can Hannah eat in this pregnancy? Last pregnancy, food aversions the entire time. The entire time. It was awful. It was so hard to eat. Every meal was a struggle, and it was like, oh man, I became real victim-y. It was like, ugh, it was hard. Hungry all the time? but nothing sounded good. That's what it feels like. It was terrible. And I've had some people message me that like they're going through the same thing, because it's kind of unusual. Most people's food aversions stop after the first trimester. So when people message me, they're like, oh my God, it's happening to me. I'm like, yeah, it sucks. Here's what I know. Here's how it helped me. Anyway, the answer is yes. I can literally eat salads. I can eat lentils. I can eat burritos. I can eat tofu scramble. I can eat potatoes. I don't know, I'm pronouncing things this way. I can eat all the healthy food I want. Every once in a while, baby wants chips. Don't know why. I'm like, baby needs chips right now. And of course, I go for the salt and pepper kettle chips because they're delicious. But it's really not that often. Yeah. Like out of the first trimester, I am like eating so balanced, so healthy, like almost like I was pre-pregnancy, pretty much. The difference being like more protein, more often, and more calories, just like more food. And it is so fun and I love it. It's like last time I didn't want anything, and now I actually want things. I'll be like, ooh, that sounds really good. Ooh, I'm gonna, like last night I spontaneously made like mashed potatoes and gravy and a vegan meatloaf with like lentils and veggies and stuff. That would not have happened last pregnancy. The goal now is to find a way to get regular exercise, because now that I've got more energy being out of the first trimester, I really want to get back on my mat regularly, like every day for an hour if possible. And I'm just, you know, it's just different now because I have a child. Like I'm still figuring out how to exercise having a kid. Like if anyone is there with me, tell me. The issue is that I want to do yoga alone, and I know it just seems like a pipe dream when you're a mother of a toddler, but that's what I want. I want to do yoga alone in the morning while everyone's sleeping. But the issue is in pregnancy, you really need more sleep. I feel like I need more sleep. I just feel like I need to sleep in. Like the mornings are just like, I'm a little slower in the mornings. It would be amazing if I could just get my butt to bed earlier. Ooh, that's hard. It's like one of the hardest things for me. It's like getting my butt to bed before 9 so I can like really sleep and wake up early. That just requires a lot of self-discipline, a lot. Also, I have to share with you guys, my YouTube audience, you may have seen if you follow me on Instagram, my sister and I launched an amazing course called the Empowered Pregnancy and Birth Course. And this was really a brainchild of Ellen's, of my sister's. If you don't know who my sister is, her name's Ellen Fisher. She's YouTuber, Instagrammer, a lifestyle vlogger, and she has a beautiful family with 5 children and all raised on healthy vegan food. And she's had 5 home births and really has learned so much from each birth, and she really wanted to put in the course, you know, all of the secrets, all of the information, everything that you need to know to have an empowered birth experience, whether that's at home, at a birthing center, or at a hospital. We address all 3 scenarios equally. It's not a home birth course and it's not one or the other, it's all 3. And the truth is, we know how busy you are and we want to give you everything you need to know and nothing that you don't need to know. There's a lot of information out there about birth and pregnancy that you really don't need to know. But in our experience and the experience of those taking the course, what's so much more important is the internal rewiring, the internal emotional landscape that you have as you enter into motherhood for the first, second, third, fourth time, and you are ready to have a birth experience that is better than anything you've ever heard of and can actually even be pleasurable. This course is the one-stop shop for anyone who wants to have their hand held throughout pregnancy, everything they need to know. We have sections addressing best practices in each trimester. We have an entire module about prenatal nourishment, and your question might be like, hey, I'm not vegan, can I still take the course? Absolutely. The nourishment module is really designed to be inclusive of all diets. Everyone can benefit from including more whole plant foods into their diet, and so that's our approach. This is not a go vegan nourishment module. This is really just like, how can you support yourself, your body, your baby during pregnancy with whole plant foods? And feel free to go as deep as you'd like in that module. We also have a whole module dedicated to movement where we worked with yoga instructor Michelle Mensch, who is amazing, my favorite yoga instructor ever. And Michelle created 4 different yoga classes for us, one for each trimester, and also a postnatal, postpartum yoga class. And then module 7 is like the big rewire your brain module. We worked with Heather McKean, who's an expert in the neurobiology of trauma and childbirth, and she has helped so many women achieve the birth of their dreams through rewiring their neural pathways. We actually have sessions for you to rewire the brain. It's sort of like, I'm sure you've heard of hypnobirthing if you're into, you know, pain-free birth or a pleasurable birth experience. The thing is, not to knock hypnobirthing, it's just that it doesn't work for everyone. And here's why. Hypnobirthing is a lot like saying mantras, like learning relaxation techniques, which is so awesome. But the thing is, like, you could say positive mantras and affirmations all you want, but if your subconscious mind is going, that's not what I believe about childbirth. Childbirth is painful. My mother told me so. Childbirth is painful and difficult and long and hard. And my family, everyone has C-sections, and my first birth was really awful. And your subconscious mind is going, has evidence otherwise. Like, your subconscious mind controls the game. So if you're just consciously saying positive affirmations, it's not gonna do much. And that's really the whole purpose of the Rewire Your Brain module, to dig deep and actually change your subconscious beliefs about birth. It's super powerful. And the next module is Ellen's favorite module. It's all about tips to have an easier labor. It's multiple lessons, all about like everything that she has learned throughout her journey of a decade of birthing children and raising babies. Secrets to avoid tearing, labor position suggestions, and everything you need to know to have a faster, easier labor. We also have an entire lesson just for your partner, if you have one. And then we have a postpartum lesson that's very in-depth, and a breastfeeding lesson. And this really is your one-stop shop. And we've had multiple mamas tell us that this would have saved them so much time if they had found this earlier. I bring this up now because I was not pregnant when we were creating this course together in the beginning, and then I was just getting so pumped on birth and so excited to do it again because I had such an empowering experience that I just decided to get pregnant. Basically, in creating the course, I was like, let's do this. Let's just make another baby. And by the way, when you sign up, you get lifetime access 24/7. So if you want another baby in the future, you can use this material again. All this to say is that you have the power to influence your birth experience. I think a lot of us kind of go with the flow and kind of birth according to the status quo. I didn't mean to rhyme there. And I know multiple women in real life and online, many women who had this plan to have a home birth or have a natural birth or whatever they wanted, and something happened where they ended up needing to be transferred, or if they were planning for a natural birth in the hospital, they had interventions that they didn't want. And the truth is, no judgment to anything. Like, in the end, everything that happened needed to happen, right? All birth is freaking beautiful and amazing. But if you have this desire, and I believe if there's a desire in your heart, it is 100% possible. And I believe the desires in your heart are guides, and they should indicate where you need to go. Your desire is there for a reason, and it's beautiful, and you should follow it. If you have a desire for a natural birth, one without interventions, a pleasurable experience, and an empowering experience, you actually have to prepare. And I don't just mean reading some books or watching a documentary. Like, you have to go in with a full-on plan, and I don't just mean a birth plan that you print off from Etsy. Just thinking about my own birth with Cosmo, I prepared so much for that birth. I couldn't just expect birth to happen the way I want it to because, you know, oh, I'm designed for birth and so it's just gonna happen. No, I have to prepare. And so I did a lot of mental preparation. I did a lot of rewiring my brain and neutralizing traumas and getting rid of phobias and things like that to prepare for the birth of my dreams. Anyway, that is the course, and I'm so passionate about it, and I get giddy thinking about all of the women who have already signed up and are getting the birth that they dream of. I will share more about it later, but this video is going on and on, so I should probably wrap it up. Oh, you probably want to see my bump. I'm actually showing like so much faster than the last time. I'm 16 weeks and I'm like, what? I feel like this was me at 20 weeks last time. It's so cool. Anyway, I will share my journey. I will be happy to share this pregnancy journey because I love birth and apparently I love pregnancy now. Who'd have thought? And I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has been following along. I receive messages from you guys all the time, and I feel like such a kindred connection to anyone who gave birth to their baby around the same time as I gave birth to Cosmo. And anyone who's pregnant now, like, send me a message. It's a kismet connection. It's this amazing connection across the world, across the country, where we're pregnant at the same time and creating life, and we're gonna bring life into the world. It's just amazing, and I just feel so honored. So thank you for connecting with me. If you're ready for the birth of your dreams and to support your pregnancy throughout, click my link below to check out the Empowered Pregnancy and Birth course and let me know how it goes. Like, keep us updated. We love birth stories, so email us. Okay, that's all. I'm probably gonna go eat more.